Hi everyone. So let's talk about our amazing mop. Now, I'll be honest, I never really used to mop my floors. I had a Swiffer wet jet that I used on occasion, and then once I read an article saying how it's basically poisoning our pets and ourselves because of the chemical residue that's left behind, I ditched that. The article talked about the chemical residue that gets left behind on the floor, and then your pets get it on their paws, and then they lick their paws, and then they're ingesting it. Not to mention the fact that we absorb chemicals through our bloodstream within 26 seconds. So I ditched the chemical mop, and then I went and I got a steam mop, and I used that on occasion, but then that started wrecking my vinyl floor. So I have vinyl floor here. And it's not sealed very well, so the steam mop, between the moisture and the steam, it kind of deteriorated this floor. Now the steam mop worked okay on my wood floor that is sealed properly, but not on this. So I just didn't mop until I got my Norwex mop. And let me tell you, I do love this. It's so easy to use. I told you a couple weeks ago I used a string mop for the first time and it was absolutely horrible. So I'm going to just show you guys how this works, how easy it is to use. Couple things, this ball on the top, you can use this to remove scuff marks off your floor. This little lip here is handy. You can use this to hang it off your counters so that if your mop pad is wet and you need to stop for a minute, that you're not leaving a wet pad sitting on the floor, you can hang it up to get that off the floor. The telescopic mop handle is fantastic because you can use it for tall husbands, you can use it for short kids, it works for anyone. So I have on here our dry mop pad. This is your dry dusting mop pad, and you're going to use this pad pretty much in a figure 8 pattern, okay? So you're just going to go around sweeping up. One thing I do love is that it folds flat so you can get under furniture. Okay? So you just kind of go around. You want to keep the dirt and the debris in front of the pad. Okay? So you're kind of going around in a figure 8 motion like that. The majority of your dust and dirt and debris are going to get trapped in here, but there will be some that doesn't, okay, and that's okay, kind of like how a broom would work. So you bring it to all in front, okay, and then what you can do, you have two options. You could either vacuum that little bit, put it into a dustpan, or take a dampened Vibro cloth, and now hold on, let me put this down a little bit, and then you just take this and kind of come up under the edge of this here, and that's going to pick up the dirt and grime, all right, anything that's left on the floor. So that was some of the dirt that was left behind, and then we'll see how not terribly dirty, but here's the easy thing. So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to bring it over to my trash can. Yep, we had Papa John's for dinner. I love me some good Papa John's pizza. So I just take this over here and I take my rubber brush and I'm just going to brush all the dirt off into the trash can. And now you can see my pad looks like brand new again. Okay? So I don't even have to wash this right away. I definitely don't have to wash this. When this does get dirty enough, I will machine wash it with the rest of my Norwex. So now I take my wet mop pad. Okay? So you can either wring this under your sink, wet it in your sink and wring it out, or because this is unsealed crummy laminate, vinyl flooring, whatever you want to call it, I don't want to make it too wet. So I will just spray my pad with water. Sometimes I'll even give the floor a little bit of a spray, and that way I have enough water to mop, but I'm not leaving it wet behind. And then you're just going to mop like usual. Okay? And guys, remember, the great thing about this is it's the same microfiber as our EnviroCloth. So it's removing up to 99% of bacteria. And you don't even have to scrub hard or anything like that. Sometimes if you just get the mop for the first time, it may drag a little bit, and why that is because you probably have chemical residue from old cleaners or dirt buildup on the floor. So it might take a couple times using the mop before you break through all that buildup, and then it'll start to glide nice and easy, because you can see how easy that is. I'm not pushing hard, nothing like that. Okay? So then you just take this pad, fill the dirt in there. So you're just going to take this pad. You can rinse it under the water. I usually use my sink sprayer and spray it, wring it out, hang to dry, and then remember it has backlock in it. So the silver is going to inhibit the growth of mold, mildew, and bacteria. Once it's dry, you can just go ahead and use it again. And then once it gets dirty, to the point where you feel like you need to machine wash it, then just throw it in the washing machine. This, in all honesty, I rarely wash this, because the rubber brush does such a good job at cleaning it off. I mean, it doesn't look dirty really at all. So I can't remember the last time I cleaned this. I've washed this, but not that so much. So I absolutely love our mop. It's fantastic. There's so many uses for it. Remember, the handle can attach to our Enviro wand. If you saw those pictures of Luke, he was dusting for me today. This is great for floors. You can dust and clean walls with it. I've used it outside on my vinyl siding. It worked really good for that. And then we also have a window mop pad. So if you have high, hard to reach windows outside, or inside for that matter, you can use this and use the telescoping mop handle, and it works really good for that. So I will say mopping is not a favorite pastime of mine, but it is substantially easier with the Norwex mop, and I find it really easy to do. In fact, this isn't even all that dirty. I probably won't rinse it out. I'll just let it hang to dry, and it's already wet, so that the silver is going to do its job anyway, and then I'll use it again next time I need to mop. So I love the simplicity and the versatility of our products. And don't forget, June is free mop month. So if you do not have our mop and you're interested in earning it for free, please let me know. There's so many different ways to host an event, and you can earn your own mop for free. All right, everyone, have a blessed evening. Take care. Bye-bye.